Hello, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Building with No Code. And for today's episode, we are joined by Sudipta and Purvi. So Sudipta is part of Selco, which is a solar installation company, but they're a different kind of solar installation company. They are more focused on social cost. So they're like a non-profit. I'm sure Sudipta will tell us more about what they're doing and about the history of the company and what kind of app they're looking to build. So with the brief interaction that I had with Sudipta earlier, he told me he wants to build a software to create proposals for their solar projects. So we'll get into that. But before we start the app development, I'll request Sudipta to tell us about what they're doing at Selco and what kind of challenges they're facing in IT and how maybe we can help them by building an app using AI. Sudipta, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pushkar. So as I was mentioning before, so Selco is a social enterprise. So we are for-profit social enterprise, that unique breed of people who want to do good, but we also have business model. So we are not completely not grant-based at all. And we are trying to create an ecosystem where decentralized renewable energy can be scaled up to a very large extent. So that's the background we come from. So we are also we are very interested to create any kind of ecosystem. So in this case, software ecosystem, SaaS as a model where a lot of micro enterprise can kind of get benefit out of the AI revolution which we are going through right now. So in that sense, like when you reached out to us, we thought it's a good idea to kind of for fun also, if you can try out one app and see where it goes. So we come from that kind of a background, Pushkar.
Yes. So Sudipta, thanks for that information about what you guys are doing. It's very interesting. We work with a lot of solar companies, but it's the first time that I'm talking with someone who are doing it from a non-profit point of view. There are a lot of commercial solar players, but it's great to know that you guys are also doing something for the social cause. So can you tell us a little bit about what kind of app you want to build, and then maybe we can start structuring it.
Also, Pushkar, if I can kind of take the liberty before going to the app development. So if you can, maybe it's an opportunity for the audience also to understand, like how you started the company, maybe slightly little bit, and how these things work. In terms of the stability, like I am kind of investing into a platform. So in terms of long-term visibility, how it is, and what kind of probably maybe I don't know if you can talk about that. Maybe on the bit of architecturally how it is like. The platform itself talks to maybe different blocks also, right? So maybe slightly, I don't know, I have not gone through in detail in the documentation, but maybe briefly on them.
No problem. So I'll try to set the context at the beginning, but even as we start building the app, you'll get more clarity into what we are building and how it is structured. But before we start, I can tell you, I have a lot of experience in building B2B software for businesses. And traditionally, especially in India, small businesses, medium businesses have stayed away from digitization. Biggest reason is cost. Software development used to be expensive and it also used to be time consuming. You needed to hire a team of developers and you needed to spend maybe lakhs, if not crores of rupees into build a system and then to maintain it. But in the last 3 4 years, things have changed drastically. The biggest catalyst is AI. So when AI came out, we started building a no-code platform, and the intention was very clear. We wanted to help small businesses to make software more affordable, more accessible. So today we have a platform where anyone who doesn't know coding, any small business owner, so you guys are a big company, but we work with a lot of small businesses where they have maybe 5 10 employees. So these are just like family owned operations, very small operations, and they don't have more than like they don't even have 5 lakhs 10 lakhs to invest in an ERP software, but they need a software. They are working in Excel sheets. So that is the gap that we are trying to bridge. So someone who is running a very small business can also come to our platform, can explain in very simple and plain English what he needs, and then he can leverage the power of AI to build it without having to rely on an expensive team of developers. And so we will, when we go into the detailed demo, you'll see how easy it is and how inexpensive it is to use AI to build customized apps. The reason that we are working with mostly small businesses in India is their requirements are actually very modest. They need a simple CRM. They need a simple inventory management software. It's not a very complex piece of software. So it shouldn't actually cost lakhs of rupees. It's very simple. They're looking for simple solutions. And given the power of AI and how AI is evolving, we have seen in the last few months how rapidly AI is progressing. So solution is actually perfect for small businesses. So that's what we are doing with Fusion. And you in a moment you'll see actually what we are doing. So rather than speaking more about it, we can just start building it. So what I would like to know from your side is what are your app requirements, and then I'll start to put it in a prompt format.
Right. So now the exciting bit, right? So, so what I'm looking at, you see, as a solar company, kind of give proposals or quotations to a lot of people, right? And there are different qualities of proposal. Like it can be a simple quotation, the customer name and what is the bill of material and what is the cost of it. That it can be like that. But we would like to give quite a professional kind of a quotation, which can give little more information, right? So it can have a of course, the customer details should be there. Then the basic requirement of the customer should be mentioned. Maybe something little bit about the organization to whom I am giving that should be mentioned somewhere.
Okay.
And then we can probably talk a little bit about the site details, like whatever the space required, the space there, or the different building part of the blocks are there, and all those stuff. Then some kind of bill of material will be there, and then we talk a little bit about the solution, the approach of the solution, like why we have proposed something which we have proposed, and then maybe some kind of a budget section, and then the terms and conditions of the supply, and also the little bit about our company, like why
Right.
they should choose Selco. So that's generally the structure of any proposal, right?
Understood.
On top of it, what would like to do is I would like to have some kind of templates. Like let's say there are 10 templates. Right, if there is a 1 crore proposal, it can look maybe different from a 1 lakh proposal, right? So can there be different templates which you can as a drop down or something like that, and we can choose from that template, and then we can do. Also, it can be based on the type of product. Also, the template, like for a water pump, it may be different. For something else, it may be something else. So there is if there can be an option of templatizing some of these things. So if you can do that. The third thing is if you can build in a workflow where once X creates the proposal, then it may go to Y to Z, and they approve, and then the final person who is approving, that person's signature can be embedded into the thing as it is approved by XYZ, and that then goes automatically to the customer, the email address or WhatsApp number or whatever that is there, that can automatically go with an introduction mail or something like that.
Okay.
So that's one part of it. And then in the design of the proposal, we'd also like to put some photographs, like photograph site of the building, of whatever layout drawing or whatever that is. So there should be option of uploading some of these photographs. We should then embed into the final design of the template also.
Okay.
So I think broadly, this is what I was looking at.
Understood. Understood. So very good. It's very clear. So what we can do next, I can share my screen and we can start writing a prompt.
Okay.
Before I do that, I mean, whatever you mentioned is definitely possible within Fusion. So this is the text that you had sent me before we connected.
Right.
In your meeting request, you had sent me this kind of this description of the app that you needed. So I have also kept it here, so we can use it while we write the prompt. And but I'll just put a disclaimer there that everything what you mentioned is possible, but it will take a significant amount of time to build all of this, because there are many moving pieces and we'll need to fit them all together. But given that today we have 1 hour of time, what we'll try to do is we'll try to create a simple version of what you just described.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll try to create some kind of a CRM where you can create leads, you can capture different details for those leads. So like, for example, what is their requirement, what kind of area they have, and you will help me with the details that need to be captured. So we'll first try to create a system where you can create leads, you can record their details, and then we'll try to create a simple proposal using those details. So
Right.
it could be creating estimations or bill of materials against the leads. It could be creating terms and conditions or some specific points against each lead. And once we are able to capture all those details, we'll try to create one simple proposal. But
Okay.
what I will try to do is, as much as possible, I'll try to give you a very good view of what is possible, or very good idea of what is possible. So
Right.
if you know that, and if you know how to build and edit these apps, you can then use whatever we are doing, you can follow those same steps to further develop it into the exact solution that you need. So
Okay.
we'll build a foundation today, then I will hand over the app to you. You will be the owner of that app. And then as the app owner, you can further build on that foundation.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start writing a prompt. So you already mentioned these things, that you want to create a project proposal maker where you will have these details like customer details. So these are the details to be captured. Okay. So I'll just say that I want to build a CRM for a solar business where we capture these details of a customer, and then we should be able to create proposals. So today, I think in limited time, we'll not be able to create multiple templates. But what we'll do is, in order to keep things simple, I will ask the AI app generator to create a simple looking but still good looking HTML proposal, which we can print.
Okay.
So I'm going to, so in any app, in my experience, it's better to give very clear instructions in terms of what we need in our database and what kind of pages we need. So in database, I'm going to say, or I'm going to say include these data tables. So we'll need leads, we'll need proposals. What else do we need to start with? Maybe so what kind of information do we need to capture? Customer details, site specific details, BOM. So we may also need BOM items. Or is it just BOM?
Yeah, just BOM.
Okay, so we'll just call it BOM. And then solution details, budget. Let's also, so budget, will it be item wise or will it be for every lead you'll have a final budget?
No, there will be some line items.
Okay. So let's also keep a table for budget, scope of work, terms of supply, payment terms, about the company. Okay. So these are the tables that I will ask for. Even if we miss something, later on we can ask AI to add those. So it's very editable. So, okay, let's start with this. And in leads, we will need, so let me also try to specify the columns in leads. So lead, name, email, because we'll need to specify all these fields. These should all be there. So basically name, email, phone, company, address, requirement, requirement description, which is more detailed form of the requirement, and then site address. So I'll say that in proposal, there should be a lead ID, and then we'll have site details, solution details, terms of supply, and then payment terms. About the company will come from, I mean, might be a static field. So yeah, that's what I'll start with. Maybe if needed, if we need to add anything later on, we can add that. So PM will be item. It will always be, so should the BOM be linked to proposal? Yes, I think if you're creating more than one proposal for a single lead, you need to link the bill of materials to proposal. So it will have a proposal ID. It will have item. It will have unit. I don't know. You can help me with these things. What do you need there? So
I'll tell you exactly. Yeah, I think
do we need any cost items here?
items and capacity, like specification.
So I'll say specification.
Unit specification, yeah.
Okay. And then even in budget, we'll have proposal ID, description. Do we need a currency or we can keep it to INR by default? So description.
I think we can just keep it INR, yeah. And then you have description and basically price, rate, unit, rate, and cost, like.
Okay. If needed, I'll also give unit. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's come to the pages. So we need these pages. So we talked about the database. In pages, we'll need lead creation, or I'll say create new lead dashboard, which should have list of leads. And then third, lead details. Lead details should have tabs to edit. Lead details. Fact, info, etc. So there will be on the lead details page. So once you click on a lead, you'll go to lead details page where you'll have different tabs where you can create the lead details, which will be basic contact information, status, etc. And then you should also be able to edit their, okay, or let's create a tab for proposal.
Yeah.
Let's create a tab for proposals, create and manage. Or should we keep it on a different page? Let's try this. Let's try this. And the good thing about AI is we can try different things. If it doesn't work out, you will see once we enter this into the AI app builder, the token cost is not very high. It might cost $1 or $2, 100, maybe 200 rupees. So if you don't like what you're seeing, you can again change this and retry it.
Okay.
I mean, it's very similar to how you work with ChatGPT. You ask it to write something. If you don't like it, you rewrite your prompt and you try it second time. So it's very
Okay.
similar. So I'll try with this. If you don't like it, we can again try something else. So what I'm going to say is on the lead details page, give us a tab to edit lead details and to create and manage proposals. So we'll have lead details tab and proposals tab. Within the proposals tab, let's say create and manage proposals. Okay, BOM, create and manage BOM and budget. Create and manage budget. Does it make sense or would
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I think it makes sense.
Okay. And for styling also, we can if we want to specify anything for styling like design of the app, we can also do that. So I'm going to say use UI similar to HubSpot with, because I like their design with orange and dark gray colors. Okay. If you like something else, we can always specify that. So in styling also, we can be more detailed to get something exact that we want.
Okay.
But right now, we have spent enough time on the prompt. So let's copy it. And what I'll do is I'll go to my Fusion account. So I'm logged in here. So I'll go to my Fusion account, fusion.app. Here's where I'm logged in. And we'll go to the app builder AI and we'll enter this prompt.
Okay.
So you'll find it on the dashboard. This is where you go, build your app with AI. Okay, so here I need to click on build a new app. So in build a new app, I just paste the prompt that we have typed earlier and hit enter. So now it will take some time. It might take maybe a few, maybe 3-4 minutes, and you'll see it will start consuming some credits. So might take $1 or less to build the first version.
Okay.
So like I mentioned, it's very inexpensive. You can try it a few times. And if you run out of credits, you can buy credits. You can just top up credits. So we sell around 1 million tokens for $9.
Okay.
Or in India, the pricing is different. In India, it's the same goes for 500 rupees. So 1 million tokens for 500 rupees. So I mean, here you'll see a dollar number, but actually it will be very less, maybe less than around 50, 60 rupees.
So
Okay.
what does it use in the back end? Like you use like some of these, I don't know, Claude or Gemini or
Yes. We started using OpenAI, but we have also started using some other LLM models. We'll just try to see what works best for different purposes.
okay.
Okay. Already building something. So when it's building something, it will also give us a preview as it is building that thing. So right now it has built this app and it has created an app with the page, create new lead and dashboard page. So it is there are the 3 pages that we asked: create new lead, dashboard page, and lead details. And in the database, we can see it has created the data tables that we asked for. So app users will be there by default. Then we have leads and proposals, BOM and budget. If you want to see what our data table looks like, you can expand this to see. So these are all the fields that we had asked for. And if I click on leads, I can also preview what the data is going to look like. So when it creates an app, it will create some dummy data within the database. So right now it has created some dummy leads. So this is a dummy lead. So this is how our data is going to be captured, right? So we get a sense of what to expect. So proposals are going to look something like this. Later on, we can definitely edit it if needed. This is what the BOM and this is what the budget line items would look like. Okay, so it's building something. It has taken us to the lead details page. There are some errors. Okay, so it is finished with some errors. So errors can be fixed using the when it gets any errors, it also gives us an option to fix those errors using AI. So we can fix those errors using AI. But let's just before we start fixing errors, let's just look at the pages. So this is the create new lead page and the dashboard page. So on create new lead page, we have a form for creating the new lead. And on the dashboard page, like we saw, we have the lead or list of leads, and this is the database. So what I want to do is first, I want to start by creating a new lead. Then we can go to pages where we have errors and we can ask AI to fix those errors.
Okay.
Okay. So let's And what it has done is it has also created a mobile friendly interface. This works definitely, it works on the web interface, web page, but it would also work well on a mobile phone, mobile screen. Okay, so it's very responsive, mobile friendly UI. So I'm just going to say test feed test at gmail.com. Okay, so that's what I'll say. Rooftop solar. It has also given us placeholders, like you'll know what kind of data to enter. Requirement description, I'll say 30 kilowatt solar system. And site address, again, I'll just say Nashik. I just want to check if the form submission is working. Okay, so it added says record added successfully. I'll go to the dashboard and yes, we have the test lead, right? So far, so good. So if I click on view, this is where we got an error. So lead is created, but we got an error. So let's try fixing that error. So all I have to do is just click on that button, fix with AI. It will ask AI to fix that error. And AI has enough information. It knows how to fix it. So it'll do its job. Sometimes it may take maybe two, three tries. Usually it does it on the first try. Sometimes it may take two, sometimes three tries.
Just when it is fixing, when the app is done and you're using it, how do you allocate resource to the app? Like for example, how much server space will be there, how much CPU will be allocated, and so on. Like just in case it's very slow, I want to
Right.
performance and so on.
Right. So I mean, this app is hosted on our server. It is hosted on Fusion's server, and by default, it goes on our server. I mean, if you want to deploy it to your subdomain, you can do that. So there is, if you're the app owner, you will see this edit app button. So if I go to the edit app section, I see that I can see that I can put it on a custom domain. So for example, if you have a domain for Selco, let's say selcosolar.com or any other domain, or you want to put like crm.selco.com, you can go to domain, you can put your subdomain over here, and then you can update these DNS settings to put it on your domain. But
Okay.
by default, it's on our server, and this is very minimally, I mean, it's not a very complex app. So normally it shouldn't need very strong hosting. These are all business apps. So maybe you'll have maybe 10, 50, maybe 100 or even 1,000 users using it. That shouldn't be a problem. What impact you can experience on your side is you just need to buy hosting plans from Fusion. So once this is done, this is deployed, you can start with free plan. And free plan is honestly, it's good enough for maybe 30 to 50 people. For even for a CRM, if you have like 25, 30, or in some cases even 50, depends on usage. You can use it on Fusion's free tier. Uh, but just to give you a sense of pricing, free tier will work in most cases. But if you want to upgrade, you can always go to the next plans. So in plans, we have tried to keep things very simple. We are just in these hosting plans also, we are just measuring your server usage, compute time usage, server time usage. So if you're looking at so this 1,000 requests per month, so five users are using it, maybe they're logging in two, three times in a day. So will not exceed 1,000 requests a month. Free tier is good enough. If you have 20, maybe 30, 40 users using it and they're logging in three, four times a day, then maybe you'll exceed the 1,000 page requests, then you need to go to the next plan and so on.
So are these like kind of customizable? Like in the sense, like my worry is if we upload too many photographs, the storage
Yes.
may run out of storage, right? So is it like you can add storage
Yes.
dynamically?
So these are like default plans. If you need custom hosting, if you need to connect your own storage to this, we have done that for other customers. So
Okay.
so this is our default storage. This is our default storage. If you want to use your storage, so we can also do that, or we can put you on a custom storage, custom plan with higher storage.
Okay.
If- so definitely we can do that. So if you need a custom plan, you can tell us where you're facing bottlenecks or what you need, and then we can suggest something, we can give you a custom plan,
Okay.
custom hosting plan, right? So it's very simple. It's completely managed, and this is hosting plus tech support. So once your app is hosted, you don't need to hire any DevOps engineers to put it on AWS and to maintain servers. All of that is looked after by our team. You just need to, I mean, this is managed hosting plus tech support, right? Yeah. So that's about the hosting. So coming back to the app, I'm just checking where we stand. if I go to edit with AI, so AI is saying that fixed error by using something, but for me, I can still see the error. So maybe it's still not fully fixed. We'll again try this. Try this. Okay, because we are getting an error here. The other
Yeah.
things are also not working. While it does that, I'm also okay. Let it finish, then we can maybe plan for different things to be done next after it fixes the error. So I can definitely ask for edit and delete buttons on this. So we have the few buttons. We can ask for edit and delete buttons, and then we can actually start adding some forms here to capture the information which we need for proposals. Okay. So now it managed to fix the error. But yeah, although it managed to fix the error, I still can't see the lead info. I should have seen the lead info populated in this page. So the biggest problem with AI is sometimes it may not get the whole context. If we are
Yeah.
able to convey the context, it will do a good job. Usually there is a gap between what we are thinking and what AI understands.
Mm.
So the our effort should be to bridge that gap. If we are able to bridge that gap, it'll work perfectly. It may not have understood what we needed, so it created something, but it's
Yeah, I
not
think
exactly what we
we
needed.
can be very clear on the requirement specification, and then I think that will help. Now we did
Yes.
it too quickly, so maybe something is failing.
Yes, I mean that's why normally when we're building an app, it might take 2 3 tries because so for example when we built our internal CRM with the same tool, so it took us 3 tries to get the prompt right. So because sometimes we miss something,
Yeah.
then we realize rather than fixing what it's building, it might be easier to start with a different prompt. So we get a better starting point, and it will converge quicker to the end goal that we're looking at. But anyway, this is the purpose of the call is to show you what can be done, how it can be done. And once you know how you can edit this and develop this into something more meaningful, then you can do it on your own.
So the workflows can be added later on. That's what it is, right?
Workflows can also be added. I have skipped the workflows for now because it would have been maybe too much for
Yeah.
the scope of this
Yeah.
call. So what I plan to do is once we get this to function, we'll create a page where we can see an HTML proposal. So
Right.
HTML which can be printed to PDF. Okay, it's struggling with that, but I'm not going to get stuck with this. Let's go to the proposals part. This is where we can try this a few times and it works. So it's not maybe we'll need to mention this in some rephrase it or something so it'll understand in a better way. But rather than getting bogged down there, I want to create something for this proposals part. So let me see if we are able to add something. So site details. Um, so I'm just going to say like 3 acre open land near Nasik, India. Okay. Solution details 30 kilowatt. Terms of supply. I am just going to say some test text because um, test text. Okay. So at least it's adding something. Okay. So it has created this proposal entry. So which we could use to populate all of this information on a new proposal page. But before we do that, I want to create something. So now we have a proposal. So I'm also going to say instead of proposal ID, I want to have some title because ID doesn't look good. So let's just say that add a title field to the proposal form, write the proposal ID from the table. Okay. So instead of ID, it will be better to look at some proposal title because this is very difficult to grasp. So when we go to the drop down, when we are selecting, we can select as per title because no one will understand this ID. So that's what we missed when we were typing the prompt. So
Yeah.
this is the reason once we do a trial run, we understand what all mistakes we did. Then we go back retype our prompt, come back, and second time we get a better result. And maybe we might need to do another third try. Depends on how complex your app is.
Yeah.
Sometimes we on the same we do this regularly, the no code sprints. When we're building simple apps, we get it right the first time. But sometimes we need 2, 3 tries. So do you do solar projects in any particular geography or is it all over
We
India?
are physically present in 7 states,
Okay.
but we take up projects in beyond that also.
Okay.
But we are mostly in the southern part of the country, and then Bihar, one exception is there, Bihar.
Okay.
But then we take up projects in MP, little bit outside those areas also.
Okay.
But we are physically, like our branch offices are there in the 7 states.
And do you work on any specific type of projects like rooftop or ground mounted or solar farms?
Yeah. So we are slightly, I was telling mentioning, no, we are slightly different from other companies in the sense that we are very interested to see what is the application of the energy.
Hmm.
Others are more busy generating that energy only.
Right.
So we look at how do you use solar for health, how do you use
Okay.
for education, for livelihood, and that is very interesting, right? Then we
Okay.
think of what appliance we are running,
Okay.
what kind of business model is there, what kind of financial models are required.
Okay.
So that's how it is interesting. So it has come, yeah.
Understood. Understood. Okay. So while you're speaking, it has added the title. So I'll just say first proposal. It could be something first proposal, 30 kilowatt, site details. We'll just copy and paste it. Okay, so now we also see the title, and when we go to the BOM form, here now I'm just going to select something because I don't want to invest more time into this. But if you ask it to change the drop down, it will change it to title.
Yeah.
So item, I'll say panels, solar panels. Unit will be numbers. Specification testing. Uh, Again, I'll select this one. So should we also have added quantity here in below BOM? Did we
Yeah.
miss that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, lesson learned. So when we again go back to the second prompt, we'll need to add quantity. Or we here also we can, just like we ask it to add title,
Yeah.
just ask it to add quantity and it will do that.
Right.
So inverter testing, again I'll say testing and add BOM. So now we have two items at least. Let's okay. Now in budget, again I'm going to select the same thing and budget. So solar panels, what would be the rate for a typical panel? 5,000, 8,000, or
Yeah.
I don't know,
10,000. Yeah.
10,000. Okay. Uh, Quantity, I'm going to say 10. Cost or quantity, I could say some higher quantity like 50 or something. Unit. Okay. I'm just going to say INR. You can change it as per. Oh, I'm going to make mistakes, but you can
That's
correct
fine.
it later on.
I'm getting the idea, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have budget item as well. So now what I want to do, this it didn't display this thing still. Uh, I can again ask it. While we plan the next step, I'll just try to get the lead details to display. One last try. I mean, to edit this, we'll see if it does that. Uh, but what I'll also do is I'll just in my notepad again. I'm going to open maybe a new notepad and I'm going to say now I want to create a proposal page where all those details can be consolidated and shown in a proposal format.
Yeah.
So add a page for displaying proposals, HTML based proposal which consolidates all the details of a lead. Then I'm going to copy which details we want to display, and I'll say display all these details. These data should be consolidated. Create very professional looking design for the HTML document. Add a button to download the proposal as PDF. Okay, let's see. It's doing this change. So we'll wait for it to complete this. If it doesn't work, what you could simply do is we can just display the lead details here, and we can ask it to create another form to edit the lead details. If we just try it from some different things, something sticks. But anyway, I'll not get stuck on this. I'll just say create this. So this is the HTML. We're asking for an HTML page where all these details can be consolidated and displayed in a proposal format. While it's doing that, there is another thing that I would like to show you, which makes it so in addition, now so far we only used AI to build our app. So in some
Right.
cases, for small things, you don't want to use AI. Like if I want to edit this text, so in that case, just go to this editor. So this editor is basically our no-code editor. So you can see you can hover over certain elements, just click on them, and then you have an option to edit certain things. So you can select what you want to edit. Do you want to edit content or do you want to edit styling? So if I say I want to edit styling, it will give me a form to edit the styling like font size, font style, colors, background colors, etc. for that particular selected element. Okay, we just got reloaded. I mean, it's the AI is wants to show us something. But that editor is useful if you don't want to spend any more AI tokens. You want to edit simple things like, for example, this proposal text or something like that. If you want to edit it, you can do it via this editor. It's a no-code editor. So our platform is a no-code plus AI-powered platform. There is an error which we'll try to fix using AI. It's not getting the lead details correctly, but I think I missed something which I'm going to correct. It didn't actually create a proposal ID for this proposal. I don't see a proposal ID in the URL, so that's what's missing. I'm just going to be very clear in my prompt, and we'll retry this. If needed, we can delete this page. Okay, no, it has created something. So this is very good. It's created something. I wonder if it's no, this is something else. I don't know if we have details for Rajesh Singh. Let's just check in our database. I go to leads. Yeah, so Rajesh Singh is first lead, and for him, everything BOM and etc., all of that is missing. Terms, yeah, those things are also missing. Payment terms, 30% advance, 70% on delivery. I don't see it here. So I am not sure it's created in a correct way. Only way to ensure this is I'll go to the dashboard. We can try adding something for Rajesh Singh, and we can see if the proposal updates. So okay, so we had actually added it for Rajesh Singh.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not showing here. It will take some debugging. Otherwise, I think something is wrong. So I'll just retype my prompt. If needed, we can delete that page. I'll just try to create a new one. Uh, so on the proposal page, there should always be a proposal ID from where we'll get the data of that exact proposal. So it should have a proposal ID. I didn't explicitly state that, but we'll try to specify that. So let's try this. So I've explicitly told it that this you create a new page. So if that one looks better, we can just delete this page. It has created something. It has also given this download as PDF button, which
So it has created that company logo on its own, right? We have not prompted it.
we didn't prompt it. It
Yeah.
created something. It created something. We can just, if we need to, so there are two things that can be done. We can either give it, we can ask it to create actually a settings page where we can upload a company logo, and then we can ask it to use that.
Right.
So maybe in the settings page, we can have things like company logo, company information, history, standard terms and conditions. So all those things will be maybe standard, and then it will pull from there. And because you wanted to create multiple templates, so if you wanted to create multiple templates, you can also ask it to create page for template management.
Okay.
You can create multiple templates, and then in the proposal, when you're creating proposal, you can also have a drop down here, like what proposal template you want to use. All those things can be done, but it will, because this is the reason your app is slightly more complex than the average apps, is we have multiple data points connected together.
Mm-hmm.
We want to build bridges between the lead information, proposals, BOM, budget. Everything should converge to a single point. And to get that to work, will take a few iterations. And to get that to work in a user-friendly way,
Right.
means you will also need to tinker with your prompt a little bit. So maybe treat this as a starting point. I can also send this prompt to you,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
then you can edit this prompt. We made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
So
Right.
you can correct those mistakes in the second version of the prompt, give that to the AI and see how it does in the second iteration.
Sure. So once this is done, then we deploy the app, right? That's what is the next step, like the
Yes. So it is already actually deployed and hosted. You can already see it's on a custom domain. So if I log out from here, or if you send this link to someone else, they'll not be able to log in. They'll need to create a new account, or you can even start using it right away. So what you need to do is go to the edit app section. Here you'll see team. In team, you just add, so if you want to invite someone, you just add their email address, send invitation. They will be able to join your app and they can log in and use your app. So even right now, it's already on a custom domain where people can log in and start using it. So all you need to worry about is getting the functionality right. If the functionality is proper, it's ready to use.
Okay.
You don't need to put it on a custom domain. If it's going to be used internally, you don't need it on a custom domain. If you're planning to maybe sell it as a product, or if you need like branding, specific branding on the dashboard, then you can put it on a custom domain. Otherwise, you can use it right away.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so now the professional document page will always display relevant proposal. Okay. Let's see if it has added any buttons here. No. It did delete the earlier page and it has created a new page for proposal documents. The earlier page was something else, but it didn't add the buttons. So we'll ask it to add the buttons. Let's see if it does that. We are also nearing the 1 hour. We are actually already crossed the 1 hour. So maybe we'll try this step. If it works, good. Otherwise, I'll hand over the app to you. So what I'll
Sure.
request from your side is after the call, you can send me the email address that you've used to register on Fusion, or have you already registered on Fusion?
Yes. I already got the email, no, from you.
Okay. Okay. So maybe you can tell me which email account you have used.
Yeah.
So the one that I have for the meeting, is that the same one?
Same one. Yeah.
So I'll use this email to look for your account, and then I can transfer this app to your account,
Okay.
and you can then start tinkering with this.
Sure.
And if you run into any problems or if you need any help, so another thing that I can mention is all of these apps, the code itself is also editable. So if we go to, there is a button called build with no code. So our team can actually edit from here using AI, or we can also, so this is the AI generated code. This is the code that AI has generated. Sometimes what we do is, if you get stuck and you're not able to move forward, you just contact us.
Okay.
And someone from our support team will help you, and they'll resolve the change. They'll just make a minor change here in the code and they'll help you out.
Sure.
Okay. It has created, at least it has added a button. So now it opens like proposal document ID. So this is the required format. It has at least done that. So one last try. At least we see it in the right format. Maybe something is missing here. So we'll ask it to add that. Let's see what it does. And usually editing is little difficult, because once it sets on a course, it takes more effort, more time, more tokens to redirect it and get it to do something else. So the prompt that you use as a starting point is very, very important. So we made a few mistakes there. So if you go back and edit the prompt and start with a fresh prompt, which goes in a better direction, it will be easier to edit.
Sure. Okay.
So we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'll just hand over the app to you along with the prompt and you can play with it.
Okay. No, this is really good. And also your effort to reach out and then kind of spread the awareness. I think we all like that. Like that's what we also do. I think that's really appreciable. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Definitely. So we work with a lot of solar businesses because, like I mentioned, they don't need fancy stuff. They just need simple apps. And this is good enough to build simple apps. Like you saw, in
Right.
1 hour, we were able to build a lot of stuff. But given more time, given maybe a few hours or a couple of days, we can really get it to build something. Okay, it didn't work. It will need maybe some more effort. So I'll just hand it over to you and then you can take care of it.
Sure. Sure.
So thanks, Sunita.
Thank you,
Thanks
Pushpa.
for your
Thank you so
time.
much. Yeah.
All right. And we'll be in touch. If you need
Yeah.
any help, you reach out to us and we're happy to help out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Have a
All
good
of you.
evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.